coming off pretty finished really strong last year. Thoughts on coming into this season with a new team? Really missed you this year.
Well, I think what's good about it is we got about 5-6 guys back that were in the rotation last year. So we got some guys with some experience and more than 1 year. You know, we've got some guys that have been there since my first year now. So this is their third year in the program. We had a couple guys sitting out last year that I think are really going to help us, and I think there's some freshmen that we brought in are going to be able to provide some depth for our team. One of our big weaknesses last year was shooting the ball from the perimeter, and I think we've really addressed that with the guys that were sitting out and the guys that we brought in. I think even to the point where it could be a strength of ours this year.
Each one of the guys that are sitting out was the transfer from Auburn, Thompson, Gaston Blake. What else does he bring to the table? He's a shooting the ball pretty well too.
Yeah, well, Alex, he stretches the floor. He can really shoot the three, but I think what he's underrated at is his ability to post up. You know, he actually has a good, he's not your conventional back to the basket. He likes the front face and uses jab step a little in that post, but he's a pretty good post up player. And he also gives us some added dimensions of depth in the fact that I think he could play anywhere from the 3 through the 5 for us. So, I love his versatility and the fact that he's been tested, playing in the SEC, playing at a high level, even just in practice, being able to practice against those guys at Auburn. He's a guy who's been battle tested.
You talked about the continuity with the players who have been in the program 2 years, like you were saying, right there with you. That wasn't the case for a long time with Sam. What kind of impact is that really going to have, just because people are not only recognized, but they understand when you're asking them to do a certain thing?
Well, I think the big thing is that you see in practice is the guys who've been there and actually know what's going on. When I talk about certain terminology, they know it. Well, you see them becoming coaches on the court as well. They're talking and teaching our younger guys, and I think it's speeding up the learning curve for our young guys. I think that's the huge thing for us. And then I think when you've been there for a year or two, you understand what I expect of you. So they know they can't come in there and have a day where they're taking off. Like when we come in there and step on the floor, it's about work. And when practice is over, I'll be the first one to laugh and joke with them. But when we're on that floor, it's business, and those guys understand it. So they've kind of passed that on so that the young guys come in there and they know it's not time to goof off and joke around. When we're on the court, it's business.
You talked about 5 or 6 guys that have been there with you. It's still a relatively young team. You got 9 sophomores and freshmen. How are they coming along, and how have they kind of been adjusted?
Well, I think with us, because we've been young for so long, like a sophomore really is a junior, because all our sophomores played. They were the 3 sophomores that we had that played a lot. They played a lot. They were getting 20 minutes a game. So. I think it's one of those things where they come along quickly because of we've got 4 or 5 juniors in the program. The sophomores, that's helping them a little, but then, again, those sophomores and juniors haven't been in the program help bring up the freshmen. I think the freshmen, I think they're better off right now than any freshman class we've had. We've had some good freshmen. But and by better off, I'm not talking about the talent and what they can do, just how they're picking up on things. I think we're farther along in what we've put in and what we've learned now than we've ever been at this point.
Schedule: Cincinnati. You start on the road for 4 games. You're going to learn about this team really quick, aren't you?
Yeah. No, I think the big thing with the road trip to start is. We've been a fairly good team at home. The road has been hard on us. So we're going to go out there and get tested early on, and we got to get us, figure out how to win some games on the road. Because at the end of the day, if you want to win in league play, you have to find a way to win road games. You're not going to, in the SoCon, and it's gotten a lot better since I've been here. I think we were ranked 19th as a league last year in RPI. It's one of those things where you're not probably going to sweep at home. So you got to find a way to win some games on the road. And we do have some big tests. New Mexico State, though it's not probably a sexy name around here, that's a really good ball club. They're 26-2 in the last 2 years in conference play. Went to the tournament 4 out of 5 years. Had just had a guy that was drafted in the first round out of their program, and they returned 4 starters off that team. They're going to be really good. We're going to play, like you said, we're going to play Cincinnati. We've got Florida State. We've got a in-state rivalry game with South Alabama and Jacksonville State. We go up to St. Louis and play Travis Ford and those guys. So I feel like we got a pretty tough non-conference schedule, but also one that we'll learn a lot about our team and prepares us for SoCon play.
You mentioned those in-state games. How important is it to kind of have those in-state rivalries, and would you like maybe to see maybe kind of a round-robin type thing here in Birmingham with UAB, Bama, and Auburn, or something along those lines?
I mean, to be honest with you, I like playing the games, one, because we all got to keep it real at our level. Budget, you don't spend as much money traveling away. I think it's good for the kids. I think they get up for the in-state rivalry, so that puts a little more to it. I think it's good for the fans. They get up for it. So, I would love to play, where's Avery? I'd love to get to play Alabama, Coach Pearl at Auburn. Here, this one I think makes a lot of sense. I think we got to figure out a way to get this one done here with UAB. I mean, I think that 5-minute drive over for either one of us, it'd be nice to figure out a way to get that one done. I know, different programs schedule far out in advance, and it might not happen next year, but I think there's got to be a way we can probably figure out how to get it done.